The retrieval of the bodies of the 5 men trapped 890 meters underground will be achieved soon. Well, the miners were caught in that mud rush incident you'd recall last Tuesday. The Minister of Mineral Resources, Gwede Mantashe, said the dewatering of the shaft had been successfully achieved and teams have now been able to enter the second phase of the loading stones and mud that will soon get to the miners. SABC News reporter Ulrich Hendriks joins us now live from that mine once again. Ulrich, I've not been able to follow developments on this late into the night. What is the latest there? Has there been any success in terms of getting some of the bodies of those miners retrieved? Where are we now?
Hi, good morning, Griselda. Well, we're still where we were yesterday. Unfortunately, overnight, there's been no news of the retrieval of the bodies of the 5 men. I think Minister Gwede Mantashe was probably a bit optimistic in terms of, how quickly the removal of the mud and the boulders will be. So his estimation was that by Saturday, yesterday, at least one body will be retrieved. Unfortunately, that is not the case as yet. We understand that the boulders are quite huge and, they have to remove that and the mud safely so that the rescue crews could go in and retrieve the men. Of course, as you know, the men are now presumed dead, so this is no longer a rescue operation, it's a retrieval operation. And so, they would want to go in until where it's safe, when it's safe to do so. So the boulder is quite huge. They have to make assessments in terms of how they're going to move it, what sort of equipment they're going to use to remove it, or if they're going to drill it into bits, or maybe use explosives or some other means of getting those rocks out of that shaft. Of course, things are very slow here at Ekapa Mine. We've seen that yesterday, we see it again today, of course. That is, of course, as a result of that liquidation process that will see approximately 1,200 people lose their jobs. We've seen NUMSA as well. They have been, since the incident, have been camped out here at Ekapa Mine over the past 2 days. They've been absent, but they have been marching to the Premier's office. I believe that they will go again tomorrow, and that is basically to protest about that liquidation process, but also about, the fact that workers, when that liquidation process was announced, were not paid for their paid in terms of their February salary, and so the impact of that liquidation process already being felt by workers. We saw them yesterday, of course, coming in drips and drabs, basically, coming to collect their belongings, so PPE equipment. But basically what we're seeing at this mine now is basically just security officials, Griselda, who are guarding the mine, and of course the rescue workers when they go in and out as they change shifts to basically go to those the 5 men trapped underground still.
Yeah, it seems like it's
Griselda?
going to be a mammoth task in order to retrieve the bodies of those miners. You spoke to me yesterday in brief, Ulrich, about some of the machinery that's been brought in there, because I can only imagine that it is not going to be easy, given that it's been a number of days. It was a mudslide. We don't know what else has taken place there over the couple of hours that those miners have been trapped there. Now it's the retrieval of their bodies. Have you seen anything? I know from your vantage point, not much can be seen, but have we seen anything in terms of the heavy machinery that's been brought in to try to get to the retrieval of these bodies and give these families some closure?
Well, drilling equipment mainly. Last week we saw a lot of, water or pump equipment, drill equipment. The mines normally do have those big machines that they use for to basically get huge boulders and stuff out. So we assume that they're using equipment that is on site. Because we haven't seen any huge equipment coming either through this entrance where we are or the other entrances. So it will depend on what the assessment says, what they need. We haven't heard any explosives, but we are about just under 100 meters from, of course, joint shaft where we assume that at the moment they're using drill equipment and of course pumping and trying to excavate using excavators to basically move the mud out of the way so that they can gain access.
Thank you very much indeed, Ulrich, for that update. The retrieval of the bodies of those 5 miners is still underway. According to that report, they've not really made headway in terms of bringing any of those bodies to the surface at this stage. I think those families will certainly be looking for closure once those bodies have been brought up.